Seven, six, five, four, three, two, one, zero.
All right, what is going on, everybody? We are live for Uprights and Insights. Shout out to you, Bay. I know you did give the name, so I do want to give you credit for that name, so I appreciate that. And we got our co-host, BirdGang31. What's going on, my brother?
Man, this is all good, Troxel. Thank you for the opportunity, to collab with you and work with you. We definitely had a stream or two before, and I've been looking forward to this, guy. Let's get into it. Let's talk some ball. Let's get down.
Hey, you already know. Man, it's been a minute since we have been on. It's been
It's a
since the
Detroit
Super
game.
Bowl, huh?
It's a Detroit game, right?
No, it was Super Bowl. That was the
It's
last time.
Super Bowl. Yep.
Yeah,
You're
that was
right.
the last
You're right.
time we were live on the channel. Man, it feels good to be back.
It definitely does.
Now we had some breaking news. Gang, I know this is up your alley. Carson Wentz back
Woo!
into the division, former
Man.
draft pick.
Man,
What's your thoughts on that?
my first thoughts is prayers out to Carson Wentz.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
The guy has then got traded from team to team. No one seemed like they want him, anymore. And I don't see how Washington would even give up any capital to get this guy, and considering the fact that, he has to be somewhat heartbroken, like somewhat feeling like, not wanted in a
Yeah.
situation, just due to the fact that, your team that drafted you is done, now you got the other team there, and man, they let you go after 1 year. And you didn't have that bad of a year. You kind of bumbled and fumbled at the end of the year.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it wasn't a horrible year, and they're already done with you. So shout out to Carson, man. Hopefully everything gets good with him, and he's not feeling too rejected about the situation. But hey, I don't care. Washington can have him. The Commanders can have him. He can go command that team. Carson is a talent. He got a talented arm. By the end of the day, I feel like Jalen Hurts is that guy, and I'm not really worried about him too much.
Hey, absolutely. I do want to give a quick shout out, Wicked T, with a 5 month, what do you call it? Message. He says, "What's up, Trox? We back. Let's get this grind going." And then Hollywood 80 with his 23-month.
Ooh.
Man, hey, shout out Hollywood. Hold on a second.
Oh my God!
23 months, a month away from his 24-month badge. Says party all the time. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Come on, man.
Whoa.
Hey, appreciate that, Hollywood. Then we got Linda B with her 14-month message. Says, let's go, baby, with the muscles. What's going on, everybody? What's up? We got Bratosaurus reacting with Brennan, Wicked T, Duke Tomlinson. We got Mrs. Bird Gang in the building. We got Kevin's Content, Chase Bishop. We got Linda B, the Carolina Guy Panthers, the Passmaster, Lisa Mobley, Hollywood 80, Vash Starwin, Damian Hernandez, Lenny. How's everybody doing today? What's up, Michael Johnson? Michael Johnson wants his beer cracked open. Hold on a second. I got you, brother. Hey, cheers, my brother. What's up, Eddie Van Trollen? How's it going? Now, Carson Wentz, man, like you said, man, going from a first round pick to then you get injured. Nick Foles comes in. Nick Foles wins a Super Bowl, then falls out of favor, gets traded to the Indianapolis Colts about a year ago, and now a year later gets now traded back into the division. Man, I mean, talk about I could feel like he almost feels like he's almost like not even wanted Like
Now,
you were saying, like, I mean, going from a first round draft pick to now being traded twice, like
mhm,
that has to do something on your mentality, and
facts.
on your psyche. So, I mean, I feel bad for him. What's up, Herschel? What's up? Who else did I not say what up to? What's up, MSU Detroit fan? How's it going? But I mean, man, I feel bad for him. And then yesterday we had more breaking news. Russell Wilson traded from the Seattle Seahawks to the Denver Broncos. Man, Bird Gang, what's your thoughts on that, brother?
Thinking, thank you, God, man. Thank you, God. We do not have to listen to no more Russell Wilson trade talk in Philly. You know what I'm saying? That was a blessing in disguise. Good luck to Russ over there in Bronco land. That's great. They're about a quarterback away over there. They got some talented pieces on that offensive side. I think they will need to add to that in the draft and in free agency. But that defense is ready to roll. You get another cornerback to pair up with Patrick Surtain Jr. Those guys are ready. They led most of the season. They led in rushing defense, and like I said, you get another cornerback, you can stop the pass, and give Russ at least one more new target. Judy's good, Cortland Sutton's good. Those are some good receivers out there, but you gave away Noah Fan, who was an up and coming tight end, to get Russ. So make sure you replace him there,
Yeah.
and they'd be all right. And maybe sign another running back. I know Melvin Gordon was on the trading block. I'm not free agency. So if he gets picked up, if he resigns with them, that'd be good. If not, then they need to definitely go get a new running back. But do I think that that's a move that automatically puts Denver in contention? No, they're in a really tough division. Like the Broncos, you got the Raiders over there, you got the Chiefs over there, what I'm saying, you got the Chargers over there. That's, to me, they're still sitting at third. So Russ is going from the NFC West, where he was fourth last year, to the NFC or the AFC, what's at the West. And I think the best they got right now, unless one of those two top teams, Kansas City and the Chargers, fall out this offseason, you're looking at third place.
Yeah.
Like the Russ going to bring the fire if he thinks he's going to win that division. I don't make a trade like that if I'm a team. I'm not making a trade like that. That's not going to guarantee me a Super Bowl. Because right now you got to even see if that's going to get you to division championship. That in itself is like, whoa. Like, can you win a division with Kansas City, with the Chargers playing the way they are, Justin Herbert, young, ascending quarterback, doing his thing, Patty Mahomes, the richest quarterback ever. Like, come on now. Like, you got a lot of talent in that division. So good luck to Russ. He got his, maybe it was one of those situations where he took that trade clause off to go there because he feels that he is an elite quarterback and he thinks that he can go in there and make some noise. So we'll see this season. But, from the outside looking in, Russ got a lot of work to do. What I'm saying? A lot of work. I love Judy. I love Cortland, but you need another receiver there too if you're going to be competing with these big boys. The Chargers re-signed Mike Williams, so they still got their whole offense going over there. Kansas City definitely going to probably beef up that offense this offseason. It's like, you got a tall task. But Russell Wilson is one of the quarterbacks I feel like he's been feeling like his name been getting disrespected over the last couple of years. And it's time for him to make his name back. And, hey, if you go to the Super Bowl, you go to playoff, my guy, your name is back in the fold of being one of those great quarterbacks. So let's see if you can go out there and do it. And, good luck to you. Like I said, Drew Lock going to Seattle. Seattle better be drafting a quarterback. Like
quick, fast, and in a hurry.
yeah. They may be drafting a quarterback fast because Drew Lock is not a good quarterback. He tried to beat a man. He let Teddy B beat him out over there in Denver. He hasn't been that healthy, and it's just like that. He's not the guy. I can see DK won the league now because he don't got Russ no more. He got this Drew Lock kid that hasn't shown nothing. So we'll see what happens. Both franchises, they got a lot of capital for it. Like what they get, 2 firsts, 2 seconds, and a 5th. Man, and swapping some picks too, I think, or something like that. So they got the draft capital to definitely upgrade and become a lot better than
Oh
what they're
yeah.
doing. But at the same time, that's going to be years down the line. Like, Seahawks aren't doing nothing this year.
Yeah.
I bet Matthew Stafford sit over there like, yes, thank you. One less team to worry about this year
Hey, I'm a
because
Cardinals fan, so
yeah,
hey,
you
I'm
guys
like,
too.
I'm like,
Yeah,
let's
because
go.
everybody in that division is like, thank you, because we beat them last year
Yeah.
with him,
Yeah.
but without him, definitely that's a W
Oh
on
yeah.
that schedule. You guys can mark those 2 Ws down for the year, because like I said, it's gonna take a couple of years to rebuild that team.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about it later, but Bobby Wagner left, and people are on their way out the door over there in Seattle.
Yeah.
So with all them people out the door, Seattle's gonna have to use those draft picks wisely, and make some good splashes. It's not impossible. I don't know their cap situation. To have that kind of draft capital, it's not impossible to rebuild in a year.
Oh yeah.
Especially if they got some some money to go along with that draft capital. So if they do it right, they won't be. But I see Seattle out for at least this year, and then maybe next year with the draft picks, with the free agency, they can get things going. If they get a good quarterback this draft, who knows? We all
Absolutely.
down all those quarterbacks in the draft this year. I know not too many people are very high on them, but you never know what they can do. They can come in there and spark something real quick. They get a guy like Malik Willis, Pickett, one of those guys you might see it early, rise back into stardom.
Maybe even Sam Howell as well. Absolutely. What happened? Are we good? Okay. Something happened and it it kind of froze everything a little bit, but we good.
All right.
Uh, but yeah, yeah, I mean, Russ to Denver. I mean, what was the one thing he was complaining about? He was always complaining about that offensive line. Give me some time to actually go through my progressions. Able to make plays down the field. Do, what Russ does best, and that's be a
Mm-hmm.
playmaker. You know, with the Denver Broncos, I feel that their offensive line is a lot better than Seattle. But I mean, he's trading different things off. Like, right now, Denver's defense isn't all there just yet. Obviously, with all that draft capital, that's another thing that they couldn't be focusing in on over there in Denver. Like you said, adding a tight end, adding another running back. Have a two running back set. Have a top tier, tight end. Because I mean, I'm never a fan of trading Noah Fant. You know, if you got a guy like Noah Fant, you got a guy like T.J. Hawkinson, you got a guy like Mark Andrews, uh, um, um, oh my goodness, what's his name? Um, George Kittle,
Mm-hmm.
and like Rob Gronkowski, the Travis Kelsey. When you got guys like that, you want to hang on to those guys. Like
Mm-hmm.
they're game changers in all alone. That's another body that can help block. That's another body that can help, receive the football.
Mm-hmm.
Things like that. Help maybe get your running back open. It only takes a fraction of a second, to spring a running back loose.
Mm-hmm.
For instead of going 1 or 2 yards, able now to go 5 or 10 yards and try to move those sticks. I'm always a fan of moving those sticks because once you
Mm-hmm.
move those sticks, then you're able to waste more time. You're able to get out there and hey, it might not be pretty, but if I can win 7-0, hey, a win's a win.
A win's a win.
You know,
Facts.
so
Facts.
I mean, it might not be the prettiest way of winning, but hey, I'm still winning. I'm still stacking up a win over another win over another win and trying to get myself into that postseason. And that's somewhere, Denver hasn't really seen since the Peyton Manning era. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to me, I feel like that was a great move. As a Cardinals fan, I actually am kind of sad. I mean, I'm happy, but then I'm sad because I don't want to be the team that's not having all their pieces.
No.
They were once one of the top dogs in that division. So I want to, as a Cardinals fan, I want to beat those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with like, Another topic that we're probably going to be talking about very shortly, which is Aaron Rodgers. Like, as a Lions fan,
Mhm.
I don't want Aaron Rodgers to leave. I want to beat him. If you want to be the man, you got to beat the men. So,
Mhm.
that's always been my competitive nature. So I'm happy, yeah, I'm happy he's gone. I'm happy that he found a new team. I'm happy that, hopefully this can jumpstart his career again. And, he can find a happy place
Yeah.
and be able to, go out there and prove the world, hey, look, I'm still that top 5 quarterback in this league. Like, don't be sleeping on me because I had some bad years in Seattle.
Mhm.
But that also goes back to, why why would they go and get rid of your offensive line to keep that Legion of Boom? Like, I get it, you defense wins championships and things like that, but if your quarterback is running for his life and ain't able to make plays down the field
Mhm.
with wasting all that energy to try and make a play, you just set your franchise back. Like, you got to have a good offensive line, you got to have, a good defensive line. Anything after that, I can work with it.
Mhm.
Because your games are won and lost in the trenches. And I think Russ was like, I get we kept those guys together, but this ain't the Legion of Boom anymore. Like, why aren't we focusing back
Facts.
on protecting me? So hopefully, maybe now we can start, maybe get a couple pieces on that defense, get a couple pieces on offense, and we can try to make this thing work. I mean, it might not be the prettiest, but like I said, a win's a win.
Yeah, and the defense is definitely win championships. You know what I'm saying? Like that is first and foremost. And Russ realized that, like you said, he don't have the Legion of Boom no more to try to win that championship. And
Yeah.
it's looking farther, farther away. You had all your old cats getting older. Bobby Wagner was on his way out the door. There's just a lot of players missing pieces over there to the point where now you're going to the Denver Broncos that have a pretty legit defense already going over there. There are a lot of young talent over there making big plays, and adding a guy like Russ on that offensive side, that really makes their team a little bit more dangerous than they were before, and who knows what they get in this draft pick. Like I said, they draft a corner to pair up with Surtain, to maybe draft a linebacker over there or defensive tackle over there. Now you got that good defense turn into more of a great defense.
Yeah.
And defensive win championship, Russ only have to put up so many points. The better your defense get, the less points you have to score on offense to win those games. So I know Russ is very confident. Like I said, Judy's one of the best route runners in the league,
Yeah.
hands down. He's definitely still a young player, developing every year, getting a little bit better and better every single year that he plays. So I imagine he's going to make that jump again from year 2 to year 3 this year and become one of the top receivers in the game right now. So with that being said, it's like, you have some targets still that you can go to. You got a more legit defense. That is a better situation that you're in,
Yeah.
overall. So Russ definitely, he took those flaws off for the right team in terms of like, let's get over here. Let's see what we can do. And Elway always trying to get those quarterbacks at the back end of their career,
Oh
try to
yeah.
get them a championship on the way out the door. So, he's going to having Russ there. He already knows this offseason, he's going to have to go full steam ahead, get as many players as he can to surround Russell Wilson with the talent that he needs to win the Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Hey, Beantown Breakdown with a 4.99 super chat says, Trox, my doctor green lighted me to start chemo on Tuesday. Blower came back positive today. Time to crush leukemia. Much love from Boston. Hey, shout out to you, Beantown Breakdown.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Hey, appreciate that, Beantown. We got the Bishop in the building. We got Tyler Shaw in the building. We got Marianne Johnson, this person, Druzy. We got
Marianne.
Eric Fleming. Let's see, did I miss anybody else? We got Daver counting cigars. We got the Pass Master. How's it going? Big John, how's it going? G Money Nation, how's it going? And if I missed your comment, definitely put it back in the chat. Hold on, I did see one that was a good comment. It was by Marianne. It says Pete Carroll's not trying to develop another quarterback. He's the oldest coach in the league. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what they're going to have to do. I mean, they're going to have to do something, just because it's like, I don't trust Drew Lock running that offense.
No way.
I mean, you got, you got some pieces, yeah, but I mean, you got to have the quarterback to get him the football as well. The Pass Master with the $4.99 super chat says, I have an itchy super chat trigger finger. Glad you're back, brother. Nothing to it but to do it. Great work as always. Woo! Hey, I appreciate that, Pass Master.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Beantown Breakdown with another $1.99 super chat says, you the man, bro. Much appreciated. Hey, I appreciate that. But if you guys can definitely subscribe to Bird Game 31, link is in the description. Definitely, if you like all Eagle content and just like football in general, he has another channel, Bird Game Network.
Yeah, BGN Sports Media. We do all sports over there. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of teams over there that's growing every single day. We're putting out a lot of great content over there. We got some good content creators, that are well known in their communities over there. So make sure you guys subscribe to all that. We can definitely try to get all the links inside here as well. So BGN Sports Media. I also do a entertainment channel. So if you guys don't want to do any kind of sports, you just want to talk real life stuff, we got BGN Entertainment. And we do spotlights, features, competitions, everything else on that channel too as well. But so yeah, if you guys can, support us and go hit that subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? But like as you said, Bird Game 31. I am an Eagles content creator, but I collab with all teams. All players. We talk football over there. So make sure on the road to 3K. Make sure it'd be nice if you guys go out there and hit that subscribe for me so I can get there this off season.
Hey, absolutely. Let's get him to 3K by the start of the season. What's up, Jerry? What's up? I did miss somebody. What's up, Thelma? What's up? Who else did I miss? I missed somebody else as well. We got Thelma in the building. We got Jerry in the building. Did I miss somebody else? Thought there was another person. Nope, I think I got everybody. All right, what's going on, everybody? But now our next topic, Aaron Rodgers. Man, what's up, Richard Carr? How's it going, brother? Aaron Rodgers staying in Green Bay. He's been at it again a little bit with, am I staying? Am I retiring? Am I going? Where am I going to go? Kind of playing the cat and mouse again.
Yes, he played Green Bay like a fiddle. He played Green Bay like a fiddle. He knew what he was doing.
Oh yeah,
he knew what he was doing. Aaron's a smart man. Aaron's like, I'm gonna leave. I'm done. And then he's like, yeah, and I'm not playing this game. And go ahead and start Jordan Love. Get Jordan Love in there. You seen what Jordan Love did? That just brought all the momentum to him. Jordan Love was not ready for the stardom. He wasn't ready for the spotlight when he got in there. And Aaron was like, I told you guys need me. Now give me that contract so I can get that money, so I can get that double check. Get that double check.
There has been, from Aaron Rodgers himself on Twitter. He did not receive a new contract. So he is still on his current deal. There was rumors out there that said he signed a 4-year, $200 million contract. But Aaron Rodgers says, I'm coming back, but no, there is no extra deal on the table. So what my contract is what my contract is. So I don't know if he's, trying to play a little bit more, to maybe try to land that 4-year, $200 million or, keeping his options open. If it doesn't work out and he doesn't win a Super Bowl, maybe
how many years did he have left on his deal? Was this last year?
I want to say this might be his last year. And I think that's why they went out and franchise tagged Devontae Adams as well.
So that would mean if that was all rumor and he's not getting that 4-year, $200 million deal, that means Aaron's not 100% sure he wants to stay in Green Bay. Maybe he wants to play longer. He's like, hey, don't say that I'm here for 4 more years. But I am here this year. Get my paycheck. But all those teams, you see the quarterback carousel going. maybe he sees that there's another opportunity. You know,
Absolutely. Uh-oh. Something happened. Beantown Breakdown with the $1.99 super chat says Rodgers is like hot, crazy ex-girlfriend drama.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money
Beantown
talk.
Breakdown.
Here comes the money.
Hold on a second. Let me see where Bergang at. I know it looks all crazy. All right, there we go. Oh, uh-oh. Now you flipped.
I don't know what just happened.
Hold on, you flipped. You
Sorry
There you
about that. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I don't know what happened. Might have been a call or something. Broke through my do not disturb. I don't like that. I don't like that. You put your phone on do not disturb for a reason.
Oh yeah. Oh, I gotta just fix that up a little bit. All right, there we go. But yeah, I mean, man, he's definitely. I feel like he's definitely playing them like a fiddle. You know, like he knows what he's doing. And Beantown Breakdown did put a super chat. $1.99 says Rodgers is like a hot, crazy ex-girlfriend drama. I mean,
Right.
I could kind of see that, but with the same organization being like the same man. So it's
But
like,
think about it. You won MVP 2 years back to back.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like you're the MVP back to back years. Like if any time to make any noise and try to, change the narrative on your contract, this is it.
Yeah.
Everybody know Rodgers is that dude. He's
Yeah.
one of the best
Oh, yeah.
quarterbacks ever to play the game, and is arguably the best. I know a lot of people like the whole Tom Brady thing, but straight up, Rodgers is a better quarterback than Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? Tom Brady's been blessed to be on better teams, but
Yeah.
Rodgers definitely a better quarterback than Tom Brady
Yeah.
out there. So it's like, you're gonna ride your options, Now you're like, hey, I didn't say I was signing that contract. How much more money can I get? Can I
Yeah.
get extra $250 million contract? Patty Mahomes over there sitting on a $500 million contract. Maybe, you guys want me to retire here or not? So we should see what that, whole thing. Devontae Adams, that sucked too, because I really wanted Devontae Adams this offseason. I was a huge fan of Devontae Adams. I think he's the best receiver in the game right now. And it would have been awesome if Rodgers were to leave, and then that would have made it so that he would want to leave, and we would have had a crack at getting him. But yeah,
Well, I will say this: nobody has a crack at him unless they sign Aaron Rodgers, because he said he ain't playing for nobody else besides Aaron Rodgers. That's his quarterback.
Season, remember trade deadline? He came out and said that he was willing to go play in Oakland with Derek Carr,
Really?
because they were college teammates together, and he thought it would be fun to go back with them. Or not Oakland, Las Vegas.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to go back and play some football with him, before his career is out too. So I wouldn't say nobody. I think Derek Carr would still have an option to go play with Devontae Adams, because they do have that Broham going to the same school, and whatnot like that. But yeah, they say that, people say that, but they follow the money. They follow the money. I don't want to play with nobody else until I get this, $100 million contract. And it's like, all right, I guess I can go play with you, I guess, I don't want, but I'm there.
I need that paycheck too.
Yeah, I need that gas.
Thoma says difference is Aaron still puts out.
Right?
Jamork, what's going on, brother? But what's up, Chrome? Hopkins is a beast. Steelers going with Mason versus Haskins. Oh man, Steelers definitely need to figure out a quarterback. I kind of got a little speculation. Bay with a $50 super chat says, "Woo, Trox, hey fam, hey shout out to Bay. She did come up with the name Uprights and Insights. Shout out to you, Bay." And shout out to that $50 super chat. I appreciate that.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Jerry says Deshaun is going to jail, unfortunately. Well, there has been we did get some news yesterday.
Did we?
Yes, we did get some news yesterday
Okay.
that the court hearing will be taking place on Friday, and he could, if found guilty, get jail time on Friday, or it can possibly all go away on Friday. So, we'll find out a lot more come Friday when it comes to Deshaun Watson. I don't want to put no judgment on him, because I'm always, innocent until proven guilty. I'm going to
Facts.
give the court system their due diligence, and we'll figure it out when we get there.
I don't
Hopefully
think he's
it's
going
not.
to jail, but I don't know, man. I just don't see him playing this year, regardless on the situation. Even if
Yeah.
he doesn't go, you see guys like even like Rayla Rice who did something bad or probably worse, but
Yeah.
at the same time, he's never even stepped on the football field again. Colin Kaepernick took a knee. He never stepped on the football field again. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of allegations going on against this guy.
Yeah.
It's not like one or two, not like 10 or 20. There's like hundreds of allegations going against this guy. So for him to squeak out, then you see it halfway through, he like tried to do a plea deal with some of these guys, pay him off type thing. That didn't look good in his right for what I'm saying. Like if you're innocent, you're innocent. You ain't paying
Yeah.
nobody nothing. Leave me alone. So
We'll
I don't
see
know.
you in
Like
court.
yeah, see you in court. But I don't know with this thing. A lot of Eagle fans even wants us to pick him up. And I'm not a huge Watson guy. Any guy. I don't care that you threw for 5,000 yards when your team only won 4 games. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not a winner to me. He had opportunities in a lot of those games to bring his team back and win those football games. So I'm not a huge fan of him in terms of that. Like quarterbacks can put numbers up. You look at guys like Cousins, but his Cousins ever won a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like these guys can put those numbers up and still not win Super Bowl. I need a leader. I need someone that's going to lead his troops. And at the end of the day, Super Bowls come from teams. I don't want no guy that's going to come in here and demand $40 million a year. You know what I'm saying? When we got Jalen Hurts playing next year under $1 million, meaning we have a lot of cap flexibility to add more talent to our team and win the team championship, which is the Super Bowl. So I'm not a fan on that. But good luck with Watson, man. Hopefully, days do clear up for him. As long as he doesn't come to Philadelphia, I guess we're all good.
I mean, I do have him if he can find a way to stay in Houston. If not, I do have him going to Pennsylvania, but not with the Eagles. What better
But
place than with the Pittsburgh Steelers? I
look
mean,
at you. You want him. You want him.
I
You
mean,
want him.
talent says so. I mean, he is a very talented quarterback. If we do miss out on Malik Willis, because I do think that Malik Willis could go, say, as early as what, fifth or sixth.
Yeah.
So I mean, if the Steelers don't want to go up to, say, the number 4 spot in the draft, like you're possibly going to be missing out on Malik Willis. So what's a better alternative? If Deshaun Watson gets cleared, gets to play, maybe there's a deal that goes down.
My real
You know,
thing is, I think he's staying there.
it's
You know,
possible. I mean, because
because
they
Lovey's there now. You got
yeah.
a whole new coaching staff. Lovey Smith is there now. That's a good coach. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Lovey
yeah.
Smith can coach some football. And
I'm a, I'm a Lions fan, and I had to face Lovey Smith twice a year. That man knows his defense. Like he's
mhm,
gonna scheme some stuff to stop opponents' offenses, and as long as your offense does its job, I mean, they're home free.
yeah.
And they went out last year. They went and got uh, Nico Collins, wide receiver from Michigan.
Mhm,
So I mean, they're starting to get a wide receiving core. I mean, they still have Brandon Cooks. I mean, if they can get maybe a better option, maybe more in the draft, things of that nature. I mean, they could put themselves in a pretty good spot, minus a tight end. I mean, I don't know really who their tight end over there with the Houston Texans is, but I mean, they would have a formidable team. They still have a halfway decent offensive line. As a
mhm.
backup, they still have David. What's his name? David.
Mills.
Huh?
Mills.
Yes, David Mills.
Mhm,
They still have Mills as a backup. I mean, they're starting to get to a formidable team. I mean, outside of that defense that needs a whole bunch. They figure that side of the football out. They get themselves a couple pieces. I mean, does Deshaun want to leave now?
Yeah. I know right when Lovey got there, he was like, Mills is the quarterback, but let's be realistic here. You know what I'm saying? He can't
Yeah.
say that, depending on what happens in the verdict, you don't want to
Right.
be like, oh, if Watson comes back, he's our quarterback. That means you're supporting what he does,
Right.
regardless of if he's right, wrong, or right at the moment. So you're going to come out and say that Mills is your quarterback, but I bet you he's sitting there waiting for Friday to come around, just like the rest of us, to
Oh yeah.
see if Watson is going to be cleared or is he going to have to go to jail or whatnot. And if he's cleared, the first call probably going to be from Lovie Smith to get on that horn and, start talking, hey, man, can we get this done? I'm here now. The people that, you weren't cool with are gone. I'm here now, and I want you to be my quarterback because that would be smart. Lovey's not picking no Mills over Watson, period.
Right. Oh yeah, that's all facts.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be crazy kind of to do something like that. I mean, if you have a healthy and able to play Deshaun Watson, I mean, why wouldn't you go and let Deshaun play?
Right.
Right. That'd be coaching suicide right there.
Yeah, facts.
What's up, L76? What's up, JT? What's up, Duke? Who else did I miss? Okay, I think I got everybody. But yeah, I mean, with the Steelers, I mean, I would love to see Deshaun Watson if possible. If not, I could see maybe a bridge gap with maybe Jimmy Garoppolo going to Pittsburgh.
Hey, you know who you want over there.
Who?
You want Minshew Mania.
Hey,
you
real
want
talk.
Mania.
I mean, hey, I want to Minshew
Go
Mania.
in and make that happen.
Hey,
Let's
real talk.
draft and come get Minshew.
Hey, real talk. I was the only one that wanted Minshew Mania on the Detroit Lions last year, especially when I heard that he was possibly So, hey, give me Minshew Mania. I like me some Minshew Mania. I mean, is he going to be, a superstar guy or things like that to be like an Aaron Rodgers? No, he's not. But I don't need stuff like that to win football games. I just need a football player. Give me a football mind. Give me a football player. I mean, if he has a little bit of flash and flair, hey, that's a little bit bonus. It is sports and entertainment. So I'm cool with that. He's not going to give you no, BS type stuff. He's not going to, go out there and do some, off the wall stuff. He's going to give you, what he can do.
Yeah. And then now even bridge you to next quarterback draft, which is supposed to be electric. A lot of players coming out of next year for quarterback position, definitely going to be way better than this year. So I can see teams looking for guys like Jimmy G, Minshew, those type of cats, on their roster for this year, so I'm looking for the Eagles to really bank in on some Minshew Mania. Like at the end of the day, I want to keep him too. I think he's a perfect backup for Jalen Hurts. He's going to come in there. He can give you 2 or 3 games. If Jalen goes down, he give you 2 or 3 games where he won't get hurt and he'll just, win you some football games. He doesn't have to win. And that's all you really need in this league. And, would I want him to be my starter? No. I'm Hurts season over here, but, Mitchell's definitely that guy that can come in there and win some football games as well. Especially with the Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh got a good defense, and defense win championship, like we said before. At the end of the day, he won't have to be all world over there. He'll just have to just be competent. Don't turn over the ball. Don't, do the normal things. Don't turn over the ball, move the change. You got Najee Harris over there who's a beast. What I'm saying? I love Najee Harris. I think he's going to be one of the best backs. Derrick Henry and Najee is going to be like 1-2 over the next couple of years here, the way Najee was playing last year. So, like he's going to get better his second year anyway. I can see him being bigger, faster, stronger. So you got an awesome running back. You got a young tight end over there that played some good football last year. You got 3 receivers. Even if Juju leaves, you still got 3 receivers over there: Washington, Johnson, and Claypool. And if you add to that, that's even more great for you, more gravy on the mashed potatoes. So I think that's a good team, and that'd be a perfect fit for even for Jimmy too. If Jimmy were to go over there, I could see him winning some football games over there and making a splash over there.
Absolutely. I mean, if I need him for a year, even 2 years, like I'm cool with the Gardner Minshew starting for a year or two. I'm cool with a Jimmy G starting for a year or two. Even I mean, obviously the ideal situation is land a Deshaun Watson, or if Aaron Rodgers ever does leave the Green Bay Packers, things
Mhm.
like that. Like that'd be more ideal, yes. But I mean, hey, if I can use you for a couple years, I'll get the heir apparent. You could train him,
Mhm.
kind of mentor him a little bit, and then we'll try to put you in the best situation. The following year when we don't need you a little bit anymore.
Mhm.
Things like that. But I mean, like the Lions don't have a backup quarterback right now. It's Jared Goff and nobody else is on the roster at the
No one
quarterback
is.
position. Yes, both David Blau and also Tim Boyle are both free agents. So I mean
Mhm.
that's why I said, like, I would love me a Gardner Minshew, with
Yeah.
the Detroit Lions. You know
If he
Ben
beats, that'd
Roethlisberger.
be like same situation. If he beats out golf, it's a plus. If he doesn't, it's still a plus because he's gonna back up.
Exactly. So it's like it brings competition. And me, I love competition.
Yes.
You give me 53 men that wants to compete with each other. I mean, hey, you're not going to win all the starting jobs, but hey, if I can put you on your edge to where you're just like, hey, wait, is my job safe? I'm going to play a lot better now.
Yeah.
And it breeds a winning culture.
Yeah.
I always say, like, when you're like complacent, like you're not going to work hard at your position. You're not going to
Hmm.
try to get better. You're going to be a carry on Johnson. Where you rather be at the beaches with your girlfriend instead of or playing video games and Call of Duty than going into the weight room and in practice fields and try to get better at your craft.
And that's the beautiful thing about the NFL in general. There's all types of players,
Yeah.
and I think the other side of that coin is like a Carson Wentz. You're gonna go to somewhere that you don't have no backup breathing down your throat because you can't perform in that situation. Now you're going to Washington. Tyler Heineke probably going to get traded or released or something before the end of the season because they do not want to have that, backup comparison sitting there behind him, breathing down his neck because Carson doesn't play good that way. We already seen that in Philadelphia. He went over there to, like I said, I don't think Carson did that bad in Indy. He just played bad at the wrong time.
Yeah.
You have your team on a playoff hunt, ready to roll, go into the playoffs strong, and you laid an egg against some pretty suspect teams.
The
You know what I'm saying?
last game of the year
Yeah.
against the Jacksonville Jaguars, like
Yeah.
the team that has the number one overall pick,
Yeah.
you laid an egg to, and it
Mhm.
cost you the playoffs.
Yeah.
Playoffs. Hold on.
Playoffs, yeah. It was all right that you lost to like Lamar, and that was a shootout. And I watched
Yeah.
that game. Like, whoa, Carson actually doing his thing again. Maybe he is back, but then like, yeah, to go to Jacksonville, lose that game. I think even before that, he had another game before that he lost to another suspect team. And it's just like, you can't end a season with a teams that have hope like that. The Colts probably, if you look at week 14 on, they probably thought that they're definitely in the playoffs. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And then like to see you lay that egg like that and you don't make the playoffs, what did you expect was going to happen? You know what I'm saying? So it happened now. And like I said, he went to another team that he don't have to worry about no one breathing down his throat. Heineke had 3 years or 2 years, 2 or 3 years already to solidify that job, and he hasn't. So I'm pretty positive that Washington Commanders not worried about, starting Heineke over Wentz. This was a trade. They wanted a better upgrade. And I do believe it's going to be an upgrade. Like I think Wentz is a better quarterback than Heineke. And I think that's going to help them out a lot over there. But like you said, like there's some player, like I think Hurts is a different breed. I think Hurts doesn't care about the
Yeah.
competition. He likes
Yeah.
it. You know what
Oh
I'm
yeah.
saying? Like he wants it. He like, come on, push me to be better, type situation, and then you got, and that's not just at the quarterback position, it's at every position in the NFL. Like there's some players that like being the guy, not have to worry about no one being down their throat, and there's some players that actually like the competition. And I think definitely those are two, opposite sides of the coin when you talk about Hurts and Wentz and, situations like that. So, um, over there in golf, I'm not sure if golf could handle even a Minshew, because
Yeah.
he's kind of like Carson right now. He's over there where he just got traded from his team that were in the playoffs back-to-back years and they didn't want him no more, and then they send you over to the Lions, you know what I'm saying? Now
Oh, yeah.
you're in that situation to the point where you're like, man, like I'm gonna keep working, but like if you were to go throw anybody else in there, now what you said, you don't want me,
Yeah.
anymore. Like, I think the whole NFL in general, a lot of these players, you know, especially I noticed the small schools guys. The small school guys, that have all that talent, those are the ones the most, that really can't handle it. Like they're used to being the man. They went to small schools, they're the man, they put these elite numbers up, they got drafted high, all their whole life they've been given things handed to them and they've just been running with it, and then once you get to the NFL, you realize it's not the same. And I don't see a lot of these small school guys handling the pressure. I'm interested to see how Trevor, what's his name, Lance,
Oh,
uh,
Trey Lance.
Trey Lance, does with the Niners this year. Now that Jimmy G is leaving, because
Yeah.
he's another North Dakota guy, that been a man. He had some nice throws this year when he got in there on spot duties. He had some nice game. I think he had like a nice game or two there. But other than that, how you gonna do it in the whole season now?
Yeah.
When the lows come, that's what matters. You can go that first game and have a high game, like, oh, look at me, I'm here now. But then what happens when you play a good defense, that confuses you and you go out there, you throw 3 picks. Are you going to be able to bounce back from that? It's a mental thing. People don't realize football's 90% mental, 10% skill. Like all the NFL players, whether the fans like it or not, they're all talented players. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah.
At the end of the day, like you can't, even if you think he's the crappiest person on the team, he's a talented football player because he made it. He's in part of that 1% that made it to the league. When you get there, it's more about the mental side. Like, can you understand defenses? Can you understand offenses? Can you adapt to playbooks, change position? Like can you handle media? Yeah, can you handle fan criticism? Because you're going from like maybe you're a small school guy that had like 10,000 people at your games. Now you're in a stadium that had like 100,000 people in your game. What I'm saying? Can you handle the social media aspect of it? I know Jalen Rager on our team really struggled with that. He turns his social media on, he turns it off, he turns it on, he turns it off, because he can't handle the pressures of it. Because,
Yeah.
and at the end of the day, all you have to do is go out there and play football.
Yeah.
If you do that, all the rest of that stuff goes away. But you gotta expect it. We live in a social media world. We live in a world where people are gonna voice their opinions, gonna show you what they feel about you online, regardless of whether you want them to or not. So
Yeah.
that's another aspect that I think a lot of the older football players back in the day didn't have to deal with.
Yeah.
There was no internet back when they were playing. They were just able to play. Maybe you've seen a newspaper article say something bad about you, but you didn't have to get the newspaper.
Right.
Nowadays, everybody's on social media, so you have to see it right there in your face. So and it probably brings an extra level of pressure to these players that not everybody's built for. I'm saying, like, they're real life people too. Just because they're a football player don't mean that they have these superhero pyro powers and they're not sensitive, they're not um conducted to being able to like react towards all the things that have been said towards them. They're human. Some of these guys take it personally.
Oh,
They
yeah.
take it seriously, and it's why wouldn't you? You think you're the man now. All of a sudden, you're not playing like the man, so you're already down on yourself, and now you got 100,000 people telling you in the message. It's like that's not cool either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's a lot harder to play today's NFL than it was back
Oh,
in the day.
oh, yeah. Especially with the whole social media aspect, and then you got you know, you got the whole social media aspect. Then you got the whole obviously ESPN's, NFL networks. They're dissecting your play. They're saying this, that, the other. I mean, it's just like exactly. Duke Tomlinson says, Calvin Ridley, betting on
Yeah,
sports games. I mean, yeah,
that
I
was dumb.
mean, that was very dumb. I
You just
mean,
gave up $10 million for a $1,500 bet.
yeah.
Do your math, my guy. 'Cause
And
You,
then
you
on
went
top of
down as a pretty good school there, my guy. Like you should have got your math in because you did not give up 50. What would you
right,
won? Like you would have won like probably a max if you're betting on like FanDuel or something like that. You probably would have won $1 million if
yeah,
you would have got the game right. You know what I'm saying? You got the pick right. You're just chilling at home, man. Like, what are you doing? You got a $10 million contract sitting there in your face. Like, you got 10 mil. Like, you're not,
And
if
if
you're
you'd
not
actually,
winning more than 10 mil, that was not even worth it.
and then if you go out there and actually play, you could possibly even make more.
Yeah.
I mean, you can make
So,
what you're betting. Like,
yeah. That was absolutely retarded. Like, oh my
I'm
God.
just
Like,
like, come on, man. Hey, I
but
need
it
to get
shows
there.
like what he's saying though is truth. Like, really,
Yeah,
like with the Calvin really thing too. I've seen that happen in the beginning of the season,
yeah,
last year. The fact that even like everybody wants to say that, he still put up big numbers because Julio was hurt that last year, right? But
yeah,
going into that season, Julio was the guy, and Calvin was the sidekick. So if you notice throughout the history, whenever it's that kind of, you know, duel going, even if that star player gets hurt, that second guy still gets good yards for that year, that good stats that year. But
yeah,
the next year, when you are the guy, your
yeah.
numbers go down. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? Like if you can't handle being that guy, your numbers will go down. That's what we've seen happen with Calvin really. And I think he made it to like what was it, like week 4 or 5? He realized he's not, they're double teaming him every game. He's
Yeah.
not getting the stats he is. They brought in the tight end that's actually starting to warm up and get more stats than you. You know what I'm saying? And like it's like one of those scenarios where it's like you had a little mental breakdown.
Yeah.
Like you got to take everything serious. He's seen the stats, he's seen the comments, he's seen the post about him. Like is he not the guy? And I think it kind of got to him. And if you're gonna take a mental health, take off the rest of the season so you can recuperate. You should be doing that. You should be out
Yeah.
there getting the help you need. You should be out there, trying to become mentally stronger for the situation. You still got a contract out there. You still own a team. Everything's still good. Like you signed that contract and darn well that you should not be gambling on any sports, especially
Yeah.
not your own team, my guy. Like,
Oh
come on
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
That's a huge no-no. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like
That's
that's a
some
huge
Pete.
no-no.
That's some Pete Rose type baseball
Yeah.
stuff from back in the day.
Yeah, that's a huge no. You definitely shouldn't be doing stuff like that. That was a horrible decision by him. Like at least go get your cousin FanDuel account or whatever you use and like, give him the money to make the bet for you if you're gonna do something like that.
Yeah.
Don't be dumb enough to do it on your own stuff where it can get traced back to you. Like, come on, man. That
Right.
reminds me of Ray Carew when he did what he did and then hopped in the car, like playing hide go see with the cops in the back of the car. Come on, guy. You're not the smartest guy in the world. You gotta think about things before you do them. Like,
Right. I mean, I guess he could kind of say, okay, some of these hits maybe got to him a little bit, but I mean, it should never be an excuse. Like, you made a mistake, now you got to live with it. And, going at and seeing what his tweets were right after finding out that he got suspended, it was just like, you're showing no remorse. Like, you don't
I think
even
that was
care.
the tweet, right? He was like, it was only $1,500 max or something like that.
Yeah, I don't have a gambling problem.
I don't have a gambling problem.
Yeah, like, bruh, like, are you trying to
It's
get
like
out the
Rager when he
league?
dropped those 2 Giants passes, like and he wondered why he was getting ate up out. You're at the 2-game winning. Like Hurts had a horrible game that year. I mean that game, but Hurts still did what he had to do as a quarterback and put the ball in position to win the game twice, and he dropped both of them. And then he comes out on a press conference. It's just 2 drops. It's just 2 drops. Nah, I should have caught it. Nah, freaking, I know the game was on me. He was like, it was just 2 drops.
Yeah.
How do you think people are going to react to that? If you
Yeah.
think you're getting a positive reaction off you coming on live TV telling everybody it was just 2 drops, you're an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, think about it. Like, you
Yeah.
make yourself look worse. And like, for him to come out, like, it was only $1,500. Like, hello, when you signed that contract, it should have been $0 like $0.99, like no betting at all. Especially especially it was on your own team. So like you're getting insight about your own team to bet on. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
Calvin. You gotta be better than that.
Yeah.
You gotta be better than that, my guy. Like I expect better.
Oh, absolutely. And you gotta demand better.
Yeah. So like it's hard for me. Like I guess you could call me a little. I don't feel sorry for people like that really that much. It's like, come on.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean,
You put yourself in a situation like you're an idiot. Like $10 million contract for whatever you're gonna win on this gambling while you're chilling at home when you should be at therapy. And
you
the
should
only
be at
other
therapy and you should be at the practice field. You know, even if you're taking a step back, you still got to perfect your craft. Even if you come back, like perfect your craft, go into rehab or therapy or whatever you need to do. Get your mind right, get your body right, get your skill set right. Come back
Right.
even stronger, bigger, and faster.
Yeah. Unless it's that big of a problem where you just said, forget it.
Yeah,
I don't care anymore.
yeah,
Like, I don't care about money. I just want to do whatever I want to do. Cause that's another side of it we didn't even talk about. It's like being a celebrity, being a star. That's a lot to handle. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a huge deal to handle, and not everybody's built for that either. You know what I'm saying? Like having everybody in your every business you do, like you're not living normal life no more.
yeah,
You're gonna have people watching you eat. You're gonna have people watching you leave your house. You're gonna have people watching you everywhere you go, the grocery store, the gym, anywhere you go. There's someone sitting there talking and criticizing you, whether it's good or bad.
yeah,
Everywhere, and that's another huge part. Like I remember saying when I was younger, man, like I want to be rich, but I don't want to be famous. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like I don't want that life at
yeah,
all. Like I don't want people like outside my window trying to get a picture, trying to get something so they can make money off me because I am that guy.
yeah,
But obviously everybody wants the money to be comfortable, be able to do what they want to do in life. But man, that's a lot, man. You're a rising star. You got everybody wanting your attention, wanting you to come on their shows, wanting you to, do this, commercials, whatever, like and not everybody's built for that, man. It's
yeah,
just the truth. Like at the end of the day, like, that's the one part I do feel kind of bad if that is the case for him. You know what I'm saying? Like not everybody is built for that, and it kind of sucks for those people. Because they want to just play football.
yeah,
They want to be the best football player out there. And then when you bring all the extra stuff in on it, it's like, yeah, I didn't sign up for that, but you did. You signed a
yeah,
contract. But at the
yeah,
end of the day, you didn't really expect or understand what you were signing once you get in there. It's like you signed a deal that you weren't ready for.
yeah. And I feel like if your role and you're comfortable with that Robin role, then be that Robin role. Everybody doesn't have to be Batman.
Yeah.
Everybody doesn't have to be that number one guy. But if you're more comfortable and your mind's more comfortable and things like that, then be that number two.
See,
Be
that's
that
a team.
sidekick.
Though. They have to go get a number one receiver. Like when
Yeah,
they pick you first round, now it's for you to be the guy.
yeah,
That Julio's on the way out the door. You better be ready for this.
yeah,
Because the time he came, Julio went to Tennessee. It was your time, whether you want to be it or not. The franchise, like, already invested in you. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? I'm not going out and grabbing another receiver. Why? Whether
yeah,
you can have it or not, we're about to find out. Because it's like, and sometimes you get thrust into that role from the success you made. So like it's not really a choice. Like you might not want to be, like you said, you might not want to be Batman, but you got to be Batman now. But
yeah,
they did a good job getting a guy like Pitts, to take some pressure off him.
yeah,
But Pitts is a tight end. That's not a receiver. No one
yeah,
really cares about as much about the tight end as they do the receiver position. You know what I'm saying? Like you can be look at George Kittle, but Debo's the man over there. You know what I'm saying? Debo's that guy.
yeah.
And George Kittle's one of the best tight ends in the game. Look
Absolutely.
at KC. You got Tyree Jackson's that guy that gets all the fame, the glory, and all that stuff. Wow. You got a guy like Travis Kelce who's the best tight end in the game right now. You know what I'm saying? So there's
Yeah.
always that. The receiver is going to get more attention than
Oh
that
yeah.
tight end, regardless on how good the tight end is. So
Oh yeah.
that,
Well, plus
that,
they get the most money. That's why
that,
that's why
yeah,
these tight ends are like, hey, wait,
uh,
we receivers, homie. Give
yeah,
us that
yeah. I'm a
receiver
receiver
money.
too. I'm a receiver too, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
Hold on one quick second. Take over real quick, okay?
No problem, no problem. But yeah, guys, like you gotta play that football, man. When you're playing that football, you gotta really, understand what you're signing yourself up to do. Shout out to Calvin. Really, hopefully everything's good with him. He's gonna be back. I think he's gonna be back after this. I think they dropped this thing from a year suspension to 8 game suspension. So, we'll see what he can do come week 8 this next football season. It's good that they added an extra game so he can still come back and do his thing regardless on what happens in that situation. So, but yeah, man, it's hard, man. Like I said, 90% mental. It's a hard thing to deal with.
All right, sorry about that. Had to
No worries.
give little one a kiss goodnight. It's
You
her
got it.
bedtime.
Little ones come first, man. We
Oh
thought
yeah,
little family always come first, man. That's a lot of podcasters need to realize that, like at the end of the day, we are parents, we are, we are gods to our kids, you know what I'm saying? And we have to lead them in the right way and take them down the right channels in life. So, like I said, I
absolutely,
love this podcasting thing, but any day that there's a situation with my kid, I'm gonna go be there. You won't see
absolutely.
no Burger Game videos that day. You know what I'm saying? So
Right,
at the end of the day, so you gotta do your thing.
absolutely. You know, oh, what's going on, Mello? How's it going, brother? What's up, Madden Zone? See who else did I miss? What's up, Stanley Sox? What's up, Hefe? See, did I miss anybody else? What's up, Madden Mobile Gods? Show enough, 215. How's it going? What's up, William Corpus? But now we did have some news. You did break it to me actually earlier, just prior to we got on. Bobby Wagner getting released.
Yeah.
Like,
Bobby
what's your thoughts on Big Wag?
He's like, see you later. Russ is gone. I'm out here too. You know, wait for me,
Absolutely.
Russ. Any room over there in Denver for me?
Hey, real talk. If they miss out on, say, a Von Miller, that could be a very, very interesting situation right there. And maybe even if they get Von Miller, hey, Bobby, you want to take a little pay cut for a year? Maybe we can run this
Yeah,
thing. You know?
dangerous.
Yeah.
Dangerous. Everybody needs to be looking at that. Devon already said he's going back home.
Yeah.
I remember he did a tweet talking about it. Can I keep the 40 when I come back? Can I keep the 40 when I come back? Because everybody don't realize he didn't even want to leave the first time.
Yeah.
They traded him. That's a team thing.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to leave when he went over to the Rams, but he was excited. He got to get a Super Bowl ring. You know what I'm saying? So now he's a champion like he deserved to be. And man, I can totally see Von Miller going back, especially with Russ there now. He's like, oh, now I can go win one in my home, in my home
Well,
state.
well, that's the second because he did win
Oh
one
yeah, he
with
won one. To
yeah,
win another one at home.
yeah,
Yeah.
to be a
So
two-time Denver Broncos champion.
yeah, a 3-time champion, period. So
Yeah.
that's awesome. Yeah, I think Von's gonna do it, to be honest. That's my offseason. I would love to have Von Miller. I'm pretty sure every team
Oh yeah.
in the NFL would love to have Von Miller, even if it's just for a year,
Right.
But I think his roots are there in Denver. I really feel
Yeah.
like he's gonna leave LA and go back there,
Yeah.
and reunite with the Broncos. But yes, Wagner, man, you add that guy to the piece now. You know what I'm saying? That's a veteran, you know, that knows his football. He's been like lead tackling in the league a couple of times. So, man, that defense just got that much dangerous if you do that. So, I think he's
Absolutely.
exploring his options. Like I said, Seattle's in the rebuild mode
Yeah.
now. And I don't see him being the last Seattle Seahawks to leave. I think their tackle, if I'm not right, he's a free agent. And I don't really see him re-signing it. Drew Lawson will be their quarterback. DK Metcalf, I've heard some rumbles with him. I can see maybe he'll want to leave now that Russ not there. So, like, if you lose all your good players, my guy, like,
Yeah. Yeah. You're right at square one again.
then you got these good players. Where else do they want to go? Why not follow your quarterback
Yeah.
to Denver, which is a great place to live? Everybody loved the Mile High City. It's
Oh
a great
yeah.
place to live, and it's a historical football team over there as well. They won some championships over there in Denver, so it's like that would be ideal for any of these guys. That's the defense there. So if you're a defensive player, you're going to a good defense. If you're an
Yeah.
offensive player, you're going to go help your quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like you're giving them some more protection over there. So the sky's the limit for Denver. Like I said, they're gonna have people just like when Tom Brady left.
Yeah.
Tom Brady went to Tampa Bay. You seen the slew of people that were like, okay, I'm going to Tampa Bay too. Even
Yep.
Gronk came out of retirement. Let's go. Sign me up. Sign me up, Tom.
Yep.
I'm ready to roll.
Gronk's like, hey, retirement. Wait, he's over there. Oh, let's go. Let's go to
I'm going over
the
there too, so
Sunshine
they can see
State.
the talent. I think a lot of the
Yeah.
league don't realize that this is coming more like the NBA nowadays.
Yeah.
Like super teams are being built. The last 2 Super Bowls were super teams. I don't care what anybody say. The Rams,
Hey.
All them players out on that Rams team, all that players on Tampa Bay, those are super teams. And they're like, if you didn't know that they were winning Super Bowls midway through the season, you weren't really a football guy. Because I seen the Rams till they drafted Matthew Stafford, and then they added OBJ, then they added Von Miller. I'm like, this team about to win the Super Bowl. No team's gonna stop this, guys. I don't care what loss they got in the regular season. You know what I'm saying? That's just to make sure it's competitive. But man, you have to see those things and
Hey, I'm glad you said that because that right there is a mic drop, my brother.
Mhm.
Hey, I've been saying the NFL is trying to be like the NBA for now 2 years. I said just look at what they're trying to do. Even with the rules and regulations. Then you go into the super teams. Then you're talking about all this money. Then you're talking about these tampering periods. Like I never heard of a tampering period prior to the last say maybe 5 to 6 years.
Yeah.
And then it became a legal thing where now you can talk to players and things like that at least a couple days before the actual free agency period.
Yeah, and they talk with him now.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, do we got to bring up Cabo?
Right.
What is Sean McVay doing talking to Matthew Stafford and Cabo for?
Right.
Right. That was set up. Like
it definitely happens over there, man. It's crazy. But that's why I'm saying, like, you gotta either keep trending, you know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, like, people gotta realize one thing. If you got an elite quarterback that's getting elite money already, your chances of winning a Super Bowl are really slim. Everybody loves their quarterback, but your chance of winning a Super Bowl, besides Brady, and Brady was a smart man. He took a hometown discounts. He could have been the highest paid quarterback a long time ago, and could have been resetting bars for years and years and years and years and years. And all those Super Bowls he kept winning, he could have reset the bar every single time. Every single
these
contract.
quarterbacks should have been making at least $70 million a year, $100 million a year.
Yeah,
like you could thank Brady for not doing that.
Because he could have did it if he wanted to, but he was smart. He knew that the team needed money to keep talent around him, keep him upright, and keep that defense strong so he can win some more Super Bowls. And that's really the thing that's a lot of these new quarterbacks don't have. They want to get paid. You see the Dak Prescott's won that $40 million. But now what? Now you're looking at first round and out. You know what I'm saying? Now the Cowboys in a situation where their whole team's dismantling because I can't afford to pay all these guys this much money. Your defensive stars, you can't pay the defensive stars when you already gave so much money to the offensive side. And, back in the day, I remember when they drafted a good quarterback, no one cared those first 4 years. You cared about the extension time. You're like, extension time. Okay, do we have that franchise guy? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That the franchise guy now at extension time. Let's go ahead and pay him, or let's not go ahead and pay him. Let's move on from him. But now, as soon as they get drafted, it's like you got to get the label franchise quarterback or not franchise quarterback. Yeah. For one, it's not fair for the player.
Oh yeah,
and for two,
facts.
You're doing your team a disjustice for even talking about it, to even bring it up. Like why would you expect the first year player to be a franchise quarterback? Why would you expect to put a label like that on a young player like that? They're not there. You got to prove it. You got to go in there and do it. Like people don't realize, like I said, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, even Patty Early, Josh Allen, all these guys took years to become great. Like the biggest thing that people don't understand is it takes years to understand how to read defenses. Some of these young quarterbacks can do it faster together, but mostly is it really them doing it faster than the others, or do you have a experienced play caller with a lot of weapons? If you got that, the Burrows, Burrows had his boy. They worked on backyard plays. They gonna be running this day. He'd already, you had Boyd was already 1,000-yard receiver.
Yeah.
T. Higgins came in last year before, who was a good rookie. You know what I'm saying? And then you had your tight ends and whatnot. So you had experience there. You had a good play caller there. You had a good system to run with it. So that's like one of the rare situations. But other than that, man, it takes quarterbacks a minute. Defensive coordinators get paid millions of dollars to make your quarterback look stupid.
Absolutely.
We used to have Jimmy Johnson. Anytime we played a first year or rookie quarterback. We destroyed them, no matter how talented they were. You know what I'm saying? We destroyed them because they're not smart enough to outsmart the genius that's been doing it for years. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's their goal. You know, I heard people even saying, like, Todd Bowles talking about Jalen Hurts can't read defenses. Well, what do you expect? You're
Yeah.
Todd Bowles. You're one of the best defense coordinators in the league. Why would he be able to understand what you're doing to him? You know,
Right.
like, why would he? Like,
Yeah.
that's the question you should be asking. Like, why would you even? To me, that question made you sound stupid. Like, did you expect some first year starter to read your defense? Because if he lit you up, you look bad. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, you look really bad. Maybe you don't need your job anymore because you've
Right.
been in the league for years, and you should definitely be able to scheme up with something. Like I said, Jimmy Johnson used to eat him up. Man, every time we played a rookie quarterback, a first year quarterback, I used to love it. I knew no matter how good their team was, how hot they were going in that season, we're about to go in and totally mollywop this team
Oh
because
yeah.
Jimmy is ready for it, and he's gonna go destroy this first year quarterback. So you gotta give these guys time. You know, you gotta give them time to grow.
Yeah.
And if you don't, like, you need the 4 years. I think 4 years is perfect.
Yeah.
If your first round pick is 5 years,
Yeah.
you know, could that 5th-year option. So if you're first round pick, 5. If you're not, like Jalen was a second round pick. So 4 years for Jalen. Your team got 4 years. Like I said, Jalen's about to play on a $1 million contract.
Yeah.
You
In
know
his
what I'm saying?
third year. Yep.
Yeah, you're $1 million. You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't nothing. You know,
Yeah.
these guys, that's chump change for an owner. You know, well, here you go. That's chump change on your salary cap. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? You can build a lot with that. And it's about team get away from building a team first before you pay the quarterback. You got to build that team up to a dominant team. So when it comes time to pay that quarterback, that's the only option you have. Either I pay this guy because he is that dude and we're about to win a Super Bowl, or I don't pay this guy and I'll give me another rookie quarterback and keep building on the team that I already got, and we get closer to the Super Bowl anyway. You know,
That's all facts. Hey, Bird Gang is on fire today, man. Bird Gang is on fire today. Hey, if you guys are not subscribed to him, check that description out because his link is in my description. This is my co-host, Bird Gang 31. Man, hey, your boy is on fire.
I
Because
just love talking ball, man. Like, people don't realize it. Like, and I think that's one of the things that people like about my channel in general. Like, I'm a realist Eagle fan. Yes, I think as content creators, especially if we're Team Pacific, you know, you gotta give to people what they want to understand that your team could win. Period.
yeah,
You know, like, that's our job to be kind of like fans ourselves, because we are fans at the end of the day.
right.
We love the team that we talk about, you know, and it is our job to get everybody excited about the team that we talk about. But at the end of the day, I will tell you who sucks on the team. I'll tell you who's good on the team. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you what it is. At the end of the day, but at the end of my show, you're gonna still be pumped up about the Eagles, because that's what we're supposed to do at the end of the day. Is keep our team pumped up. You know, like, they need us. You know, they get
Yeah.
millions of people out there that aren't fans of the team that's gonna down talk you all year long. They're gonna down talk you all. Why do we need to be those guys? You know, being on the same bandwagon as them against our own teams. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, there might be stats to say that we suck. You know, who cares? You know,
Yeah.
let
We're
the
still going to go out there every
ESPN
single Sunday
yeah,
and try
yeah,
to perform at a high level.
yeah. Let the ESPNs, let those guys go talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, why you think? But it's my job to let you know that even though we did suck a little bit, we coming back. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
we coming back. And I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I can give you stats, I can give you facts, just like they did, and let you know that there is a hope at the end of that. At the end of that light at the end of that tunnel. So like, hey, man, I love talking ball, man. I can talk about all night long. We can keep it going all night.
Hey, absolutely. But that was the one thing, like, I've been preaching since Full Flats on a Cadillac. Like, I mean, you build your team, then you add your quarterback.
Yeah,
Even in the draft process, like, you build your team, you build your offense, you build your defense, you build your special teams, then you go out and add your franchise quarterback. Because guess what? When they're ready and you can, sift through, okay, who's good, who's bad, who needs to go, who needs to get replaced, and who needs to get, an extension, things of that nature to be financially stable,
Mhm.
then you got your quarterback up to where, okay, hey, now it's his time to get paid.
Yeah.
And then you got a special allocated amount to pay that man.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Yeah.
you either take it or we're gonna have to replace you, and we'll start right back over. I mean, take your pick, but we would rather you take this so we can try and win the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to be replacing your quarterback every 4 years or every 5 years.
No, not at all.
But I mean but that's why I always, like, even with the Eagles, like I always tell everybody, like, Jalen Hurts is that guy.
Yeah.
Give him a good situation where he actually has, outside of one good wide receiver, or a receiver and a half that's good, give him two or three great
Yeah.
receivers, and
If
then,
you want him, like we said, in the playoffs, like I said, if you want him to perform like these guys you're talking about,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Give him the talent these guys are talking about
Oh,
around
yeah.
them. You know what
Oh,
I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, I understand our defense was good, all right, whatever. But skill position wise, we had first year and rookie receivers. Those were all I started. First year players or rookie players. Like, and Devontae Smith, shout out to him for breaking the rookie record or
Yeah.
whatnot, but he was still not polished as, I don't consider Devontae Smith elite right now. Is he
Right.
on his
I
way
mean,
to be elite?
I was just
Yes,
about to say that, yeah.
definitely on his way to be elite, but he's not there yet. He still has a lot to learn. He still has to understand how to beat double teams and coverages and whatnot, just because he's a rookie. What do
Yeah.
you expect? Of course, he's going to need this, but he had a good season for what he did do, for what he did understand, like, and another stat I like to throw out there is, like, you do the math of the history of all the Super Bowls, how many
Yep.
of those Super Bowls were won by elite quarterbacks?
Yeah. I mean, we can even go back I mean, Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl.
Joe Flacco won a Super Bowl. Trent Dilfer won
Oh,
a Super Bowl.
man. Joe
Brad
Flacco.
Johnson won a Super Bowl. Brad Johnson. Come on. There are
Yeah.
rare guys like the Joe Montanas, the Tom Brady's, yeah. But other than that, man, you're looking at one. Peyton Manning had two, but
Yeah.
Eli had two.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
that
and
right
Peyton,
there. Elite
But
quarterback, not elite quarterback. Both
Yeah.
with two Super Bowls. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. I mean, but you can even go back and say, okay, did really Peyton win that second one? In that Super Bowl running season, I mean, he was playing pretty below average. I mean, you
Yeah.
can tell this was his last year. Like,
Yeah.
without a shadow of a doubt, win, lose, or draw, this is it for him.
Von Miller
You
won
know,
that Super Bowl.
Yeah, Von Miller won that Super Bowl. That defense.
Yeah.
And then what got him there was actually what's his name? Brad or Brock Osweiler.
Yeah.
When he had to fill in for those times when Peyton went down. I mean, so, like, yeah, he got his second ring and things like that. We look at Drew Brees; he only got one. Like,
Yeah.
one of the greatest anticipation throwers in the league,
Yeah.
or the league have even seen. He only has one.
And to give Carson his kudos, he won a Super Bowl, but Carson had one of the best seasons ever from a
Yeah.
second quarterback ever. But he couldn't do it. He got hurt, and Nick Foles came in and won that Super Bowl. But like I said, if you go to elite quarterback versus elite defense, elite quarterback, the elite defense got way more Super Bowls than the elite quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you even look at this past Super Bowl with the Los Angeles
Aaron.
Rams. Yeah, I mean, look at that defense. I mean, you got some studs
Waddle.
for days. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? You can name that's a Pro Bowl team over there in that defense. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe two of them didn't make a Pro Bowl or whatnot.
And then on top of that, look at the offensive side of the ball too. You had one of the best wide receivers. You had another guy that was highly touted, but the league kind of gave him a misperception in Odell Beckham Jr.
Woods never got hurt.
Yeah,
Woods never got hurt. It probably would have looked a lot worse. You know what I'm saying? Like, they would have won a lot more. Probably won a couple more games. If Woods never got hurt. Like, Woods Cup was already like the dynamic duels there. You know what I'm saying? Even before Stafford got there.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
everybody,
Even with Jared Goff, he was lighting
put
them
up elite numbers. I'm like, if you couldn't tell Cooper Kupp was that dude 2 years ago, you know what I'm saying? You're tripping. You're missing out on a good football play. I knew Cooper Kupp was that guy back in the day. Like, and this year he definitely solidified it with a better quarterback. And then you got Woods, who was playing some good football before he got hurt. Then he went and got OBJ, you know what I'm saying, who was playing with Baker Mayfield, not getting the ball enough. Baker's not the best quarterback in the world. Everybody knows that.
But they can still win with him, though. Like, he's the best quarterback that Cleveland's ever seen since the 1960s. So it's like, with Cleveland, everybody wanted to throw him underneath the bus, but
you know, they're just a running team in general. Like when you
Yeah.
got two backs like Chubbs and Hunt, why wouldn't you run the ball every down? I'll
Yeah.
run it every down. And Baker, you only have to worry about every now and then. You know what I'm saying? Worry about your commercials, and then you worry about throwing a couple passes every game, and you're good. But you had, Laundry, you had OBJ, you had Peoples Jones, you had
Yeah.
two tight ends over there. You know what I'm saying? Like if Baker wasn't one of these elite quarterbacks, his numbers should be out the roof. You
Oh
know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like out of the roof with the talent he had around him. Now you're even looking at a guy like Lounge, like, does I even want to be here anymore?
Yeah.
Do I need to go to another quarterback? And now he doesn't see his boy, OBJ go to a quarterback, that is better on a team that is better. And now, OBJ was going to be the Super Bowl MVP if he didn't get hurt.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was
The way he was. Yeah.
roasting them guys in that Super Bowl. Like I was like, wow, he's making it look really easy right now.
Yeah.
Ramsey couldn't touch him. None of these guys could touch him. If OBJ didn't get hurt, man, he would have had like 200 yards receiving that game. You know what I'm saying? Super Bowl MVP to put on his mantle, because he is that dude. And I really wanted him to. That was another free agent I really wanted, but I was like, man, he's hurt now. You probably won't see him till the end of the season last year.
Yeah.
It's not really, it's not really too worth it right now. But, it actually worked out for him because now he can stay in LA. I think LA will pick him back up for sure, because they got, guess who's coming back? Woods. So guess what? We can rock with Woods and Cup, and Van Jefferson until you get back at the end of the season. Then we go for another Super Bowl.
And then to back them up, Skoranek will have another year underneath his belt. He knows what it takes to win because he played in the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Higbee and Everett are two decent tight ends. Like they're above decent, really. Like they're two guys.
Everett doesn't play there anymore. Everett went to, I forgot where Everett went to. I think he went to.
He went to Seattle.
Seattle. Yep.
Yeah. Higbee. Who's the other guy behind him though? See, remember they made it to that third tight end who was making catches in the Super Bowl. So it don't even matter which one of them are out there. But you got those type of receivers, the cover's not on you at all. You're gonna have a lot of open space to go get open and make some plays. So then they had 3 running backs on that team too. Sony Michel, Akers, and Henderson Jr.
Yeah.
I
mean, there's just star power after star power after star. I mean, then does it come out to did really Matthew Stafford win that Super Bowl? With all that talent. I mean, he
at the end, Matthew was trying to give it to him.
I mean, just don't screw the game up, at that point, because you got a defense, you got all these receivers, you got, the tight ends, you got the running game. Like, just don't screw up the game plan. You're going to be a Super Bowl champion pretty much.
Even at the end, I was like, man, when he overthrew that ball, I'm like, he's looking like old Matthew Stafford again. Like he almost threw an interception. He threw it over the top. I'm like, is he going to make this play or is he not going to? The talent's there to make the play. Is Matthew going to go back to his Detroit days and mess the Super Bowl up?
Well, see, like this is the thing about Matthew Stafford, and for me, I feel like he relies so much on his arm because he can make every single throw. Mm-hmm. So like he'll try to force something because he's like, well, I know I can get it there. Mm-hmm. So instead of making a simpler play and just maybe say move the chains, he'll try to go for that deep ball. He'll try to do something, at the normal because he relies so much heavily on that arm talent. He can hit the sidearm. He can hit the over the top. He can, hey, if it's legal to go up and under, he'll just flick it to somebody.
Scoop pass. Mahomes always scoop pass, man.
So I mean, he got that big of an arm talent, so I feel like it kind of gives him a little crutch. Mm-hmm. And I feel like if he can, get rid of that, and that's why, a lot of things that I seen this year, especially in the playoffs with the Matthew Stafford in his growth, was he was starting to kind of build a little bit momentum with those 5 to 10 yards. Dink and dunk, and then those bigger plays in one-on-one coverages are going to be there. Because now the defense is going to come in, your wideouts will see that, and if all they can do is make 1 or 2 moves and use that 4-5 speed or 4-2 speed or whatever you got on the team and try to burn them, and then if you can't beat your one-on-ones, then you don't deserve to be in the league. Like
facts. That's what's out about receiver. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say every team you need 3 or 4 good receivers nowadays. We're not in that. old school where you just need
Yeah.
two.
Yeah.
Back in the day, you only need two. As long as you had two, those other guys to do their role, fill their
Yeah.
role, be in a possession, the third down receiver, or just like a short yardage receiver. But now you need four legit receivers.
Yeah.
If you want to become like Super Bowl champions, you want to be a real threat in the offense. You need, you look at the Patty Mahomes, them guys, when they lost Sammy Watkins, that was a step down for them this year. They thought Pringle and Hartman was going to be able to take over his spot. And what happened when he went over there to Baltimore? They added another receiver, Bateman, and now you look at Lamar Jackson having a better year.
Yeah.
You look at guys like what's the dude from Arizona, your team, Callie Murray.
Oh yeah.
Before
Yep.
you got Hopkins, Kyler Murray, and then you
Yeah.
get Hopkins, you get these guys that are surrounding him. Now you look like Kyler Murray's that stud. Hopkins
Yeah.
go down again. Now you see him struggle again because you don't have
Yeah.
that elite target that he can guarantee go to every down in, down out to make those plays. So
Yep.
I think people underestimate the significance of a great receiver. You go to Joe Montana, Steve Young, they had Jerry Rice. They had John
Yeah.
Taylor. What I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like those were legit elite receivers.
Yeah.
Like if you look at every, even Tom Brady, like I know they don't say Edelman or like Amendola, and those guys were elite. Troy Brown, those guys were elite. They were elite for that offense.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
They didn't have an air it out offense. They had a ground and pound offense where they ran the ball with Corey Dillon, Falk over there, and all them other running backs. They ground and pound, and they were just needed little short, quick guys to go in and hit the bubbles. It wasn't that Tom Brady was launching out all these. The only time he launched out like that when he had Randy Moss. When he can do that. Other than that, it was all dink and dunk, score. Dink and dunk, score. You know what I'm saying? And we got guys, little quick twitch guys like that.
Yep.
They were elite for what they did,
Yep.
because they were able to get the ball down the field methodically and score them touchdowns, so it's like it doesn't have to be the number one receiver in the game, but you need good receivers. Like the number one quality that I think a lot of people miss out on, like definitely Philadelphia Eagles, it's like guys that can catch everything. Like those guys, like you said, we go to those Brady team, those guys caught everything, regardless on how good they really were, regardless if they ever went to a Pro Bowl or not. Those guys caught everything. And Welker went to a Pro Bowl. Amendola went to a Pro Bowl. Like, they were Pro Bowl receivers over there.
Yeah.
But these guys, man, nowadays you can be a star that you dropping half your passes and whatnot. Like we get a lot of those guys on our team where it's just like the last 5 years the Eagles have been struck. Like since we had the pairing of Deshaun Jackson and Jeremy Maclin catching everything, like we've been struggled mightily in that area. A couple of bad years for Carson really came because we led the league in drop passes.
Yeah.
And it's like people don't understand that those are hidden yards. Even with Jalen this year, they're like, "Oh, Jalen only threw for 3,100 yards." I'm like, well, if everybody caught the pass they were supposed to catch, he would have over 4,000 or 5,000 yards. You know what I'm saying? He'd be up there with elite numbers. You wouldn't be having this conversation. Can he throw the ball or not?
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, I feel like with the Eagles, I feel like, if you can have at least two more guys, because you got, Quez Watkins. I feel like, in the NFL, you really need, like you said, those three elite receivers. And then, the unsung hero is like that fourth receiver that, could be on the cusp of something, but just, is going to move that chain. And I feel like Quez Watkins for the Eagles, I definitely feel that Quez could be that guy. A guy that, hey, look, 4 wide receiver sets or something like that late in the game, he could be that guy to, kind of sneak out and get that first down, move the sticks, get out of bounds, stop the clock, and try to move that offense to where, hey, if I need to make a last-second score to win this ball game or tie this ball game, I could be that guy.
Yeah, Quest can, like I said, he was in his second year, and there I know a lot of people like, well, he's open a lot of times. Jalen didn't go to him, but I also know a lot of times he would stop on routes. He stopped running his route. Yeah. He wasn't able to get open a certain number of routes too as well because of his lack of experience. Yeah. Like you said, like when you're talking about having 3 and 4 star receivers, you're talking about when you go on that spread set, you can't tip your hand anyway. You got to play a legit defense straightforward and play that man-on-man thing to the point where it's like either one of them can go off that game because you're playing that straightforward defense. Whenever you only have like 2, now you can tip your hand. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to double this one more. Let this one burn me for a little bit if he can. If he can't, then that's even great for us. Now we got the main one locked down. But when you got 4 of them out there, like, picture that. OBJ, Cooper Kupp, Van Jefferson and freaking what that boy name is, Robert Woods.
Yeah.
Next year when they come out, who you gonna guard?
And then on top of that, you got Skoranek. That's kind of like that
Yeah.
fourth guy. So,
Yeah,
so
who's gonna
you know,
guard? Who can guard? Like
yeah,
all of them can do damage. You know,
Yep.
so who you gonna guard? Even like in the Burrow and them guys, you know, you got Boyd, you got Higgins, you got freaking Chase now, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I think they had another guy over there too that, you know, who are you gonna guard? Like, go ahead
Yep.
and double team Chase. Now I got two other guys that are gonna win my one-on-one coverage over here. You know, like so talent wise, like I said, you gotta pretty much form some kind of a super team to win Super Bowls nowadays, you know. And I think, you know, especially for us, like we're in prime position to do it this year. Like you got five out of top 50 players in the draft, you're gonna have on your team. You know, you got over 20 million, like 20, $30 million in cap space. You know, we haven't had that kind of money in cap space in years. You know what I'm saying? Like we've been struggling that cap line for a minute, you know. So now you can go out there and get the key free agents on your defensive side of the ball that you need, draft the rest, you know, maybe add one or two explosive offensive player, but you need elite players. You know, teams get too happy with trying to get these project players and add to your roster. We're like, oh yeah, you know, they could be good, they could not be good. We're not sure. They had injury history. They did, you know what I'm saying? You gotta just go, this is the year, you gotta go get the ballers. You know what I'm saying? The people that can ball out, so you can plug and play and not think twice about it. You know what I'm saying? Not these guys were like, he had a good year 2 years ago. You know, he had a down year the last 2 years, but I think we can get that good year back out of him. No, go get the guy that just last year, the year before, had back-to-back good years. In terms of receivers, we need guys that are perennial 1,000 yarders. You know what I'm saying? Like guys that catching is not a thing for them. You know, I think which one was it? Who was it? I was just watching the highlight of him, and he was just talking like, you know, like he was like, yeah, the difference for me and everybody else is like everybody tries to catch the ball. For me, it's not. I don't try to catch it. You know what I'm saying? It's what I do. I catch the ball. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to, you know, he's like, you know, when you see guys looking for the ball, looking all confused, it's Devontae Adams, actually. I was making my Devontae Adams video. And that's who it was. He goes, everybody else, they're sitting there trying to figure out if they're going to catch this ball over their shoulder or they're going to catch their ball like this way or that way. He goes, why do you struggle like that? That struggle alone can get you to drop the ball, you know, because you're not focused on what you got to do. He goes, you should realize you're a receiver in the NFL, catch the ball. You know, like that's not something I think about. It just happens. You know, like, and that's what kind of receivers we get out there. The OBJs, you see them in that Super Bowl, he was jumping over people to catch the ball. Like, here you go, that's mine, thank you. You know, guys that can go out there and take the ball. You know, that's me. Thank you. You know, oh, the underthrow, I got it though. Here it is. I got you. I got you. You know, I got your back. That's what makes elite quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? Everybody think Aaron Rodgers throws perfect balls. No, you got the best receiver in the league, and like a bunch of those guys, like, you know, the Lazards make catches.
Well, I will say this with Aaron Rodgers though, like he actually really is that real deal, because if you look at his touchdown to interceptions, like it takes talent not to throw the ball for an interception. Like his touchdown to interception ratio is ridiculous. Like I've never really seen, you know, quarterbacks to like, I mean, for every 10 touchdowns, he'll have maybe one interception.
Yeah.
You know,
no, I'm not saying Aaron not the dude. I'm just saying he's more of being that dude because he got a Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
And a Devontae Adams is a legit receiver.
Well, it definitely makes his life easier.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, not every pass Aaron throws is perfect when he throws.
Oh yeah.
And that's the part I kind of make. Like, it's like not when you got elite receivers, you don't have to make it perfect. You're gonna throw it in their facility. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm saying like maybe some of these passes Aaron threw to Devontae, if he threw to a guy like Rager or something like that, it could have been a pick. You know what I'm saying? We got some guy that's not hungry to go grab the ball and make sure that they're getting the ball in a situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, got that kind of a talent different. Like that's what separates the good receivers from the great receiver. The great receivers catching everything around them, regardless of tight coverage. You know, regardless of how close he is, if the
double teams, triple teams, quadruple teams.
If the defender has better position on the ball or not, it's like my ball. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go get that. And that's what, like I said, that's what separates the great ones from the good ones. There's a lot of good receivers out there, don't get me wrong, but there's only a few great ones out there. You know, and the great ones stand out a lot more than the good ones for sure.
Absolutely. You know, speaking of which, though, you know, a lot of that you're going to have to probably go into like the draft, because if you're trying to go after elite receivers in free agency, you're gonna be broke pretty quick. 23
Yeah,
million. That's about one great wide receiver.
yeah,
And maybe a couple bucks extra just to maybe throw at maybe a depth player or something like that.
yeah.
So that you're gonna kind of have to go into the draft. So what's your favorite combine player in this year's draft?
Hey, call me Homer all you like. I'm a USC guy. So Drake London, my guy, is that dude. Drake is that dude. And I don't care about Wilson. I don't care about Olivier, whatever his name is.
Olave.
Olave. I don't care about Birds. I don't care about none of these cats. Now, it's a little bit biased. I'm not gonna it's a little bit biased, but at the same time, it's the skills, man. Drake
Yeah.
London's that dude. He missed like 4 or 5 games last year and still put up the same type numbers as these cats. He's 6'5". You can't coach 6'5". You can't coach 4.4 speed. You can't coach, what I'm saying, the way his yak yards. He has yak yards up the wazoo. What I'm saying? Like he put it down all year long. What I'm saying? Like until he got hurt. And when he got hurt, like he was on pace for like 2,000 yards.
Yeah.
And if he would have got those 2,000 yards, everybody would know he'd be a first round pick. He'd probably be in the top 10, and be over. So that injury just probably bumped him down a little bit. But, if you're doing your mock draft, you're seeing it. He's still going 12. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, he's not really making it past the Jets. He's not really making it past like those top, 12 teams. You know what I'm saying? There's still teams in that rank that's still drafting him. So, like if he fell to the middle, that'd be surprising, especially late first. That'd be surprising, But I understand that the concern about his ankle, that was a bad ankle injury. Obviously that kept him out of the rest of this year. But man, what he possesses, you can't teach. Like, you can be that Chris Wilson that's running, or Olave that's running that 4.2 or 4.3, whatever. But everybody in the NFL got speed. So all your DBs
Especially
got
this draft class though, like
yeah.
holy smokes, this draft class got. That's one thing I kept saying in all my videos is like, holy smokes, this draft class got some speed.
Every year players get bigger, faster, stronger.
Yeah.
So the speed part is becoming less for me at least, it's becoming less of a thing in terms of like, is this guy legit or not? But like you said, you look at a guy that size, like you can't teach it. Even the Burks is 6'4", he's 6'5". That inch matters. The wingspan matter. What I'm saying? If you watch those games, look at Herbert over there in San Diego. When you got Evans and Williams, those two big tall guys. What's his name? Farrell or something like that too over there too. Like all those guys are monsters, tall, big, physical, receiving targets. Where I remember watching a game where Herbert, all he did was throw high balls. That was it. You know what I'm saying? He was just throwing them high because he knew that cornerback, that 6-foot cornerback, was not going to be able to reach that high no matter how high he jumped. Because they're athletic too. You know what I'm saying? So, they were not going to reach that high, and he was just scoring touchdown after touchdown just by throwing high balls. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's an advantage you can't teach. That height. You ain't got a 6'5" cornerback, which most teams don't, because the average good cornerback probably is about 6 foot tall. Sometimes you get them 6'2". The rare breeds come in at that 6'3" range, but the 6'5", 6'4", 6'5", man, that's something that you got to take advantage of. And I think Drake London is going to definitely take advantage of it this year in the league, and hopefully, the Eagles can scoop them up if we can get them. But that we got a lot of fast, twitchy guys. On our roster already. Even Quez is kind of tall. He's like 6'1", 6'2", but he's a speed guy too. But he's thin. Drake's still over.
He's a good slot guy.
Yeah, he's a good slot. Drake's over 200 pounds.
Yeah.
He's 210. You know what I'm saying? So that's some weight on him. Plus, the offseason, becoming a pro. Training right. That's gonna put a little bit more weight on you. Looking at like 215 by the time the season start. Man, that's a bad dude. That's gonna be hard up. And with his speed, his size, man, I'm telling you, Drake London's gonna be the best receiver out of this draft. Like, I'm really high on him. Outside of London, I like Mechie in the second. I think being in Alabama, I did watch a lot of Mechie game. I liked him over Williams until Williams just showed out when he went out last year. Williams just showed that he is a stud. And if Williams doesn't get hurt in the national championship game, that wins. He was lighting them up too. Then with speed, they got speed different days, and he's electrifying. So I like those electrifying players, man. Like, Olave's good too. Like I'm not taking nothing away for those guys. If we were to get either one of those guys, too, Wilson or Olave, those are definitely two stud receivers that's going to do some damage in the NFL as well. Other than that, I'm not too big on the small school guys like the Watkins or Watson, whatever. The Sky Moores, those
Yeah,
guys are like whatever. You guys did what you did against who you did it
yeah,
against. Like, I'm more like kind of big name centric. You got to play for a big school to actually play meaningful football. You know what I'm saying? That we're in championship contention. That you played against the best of the best, and you still showed up and showed out. You're like if you can
yeah.
do that, best in college. Because like I said, like
That's gonna
even the
get you
best,
ready for the pros because you're gonna
yeah,
be playing the best of the best.
because as good as Alabama and Georgia is, man, you play them against the Detroit Lions, you're probably going to lose, because it's a different level. It's a whole nother level up. And,
Yeah,
if you can't do it against those guys, then I don't really think you're going to be able to do it against the pros. Not saying you can't, because there definitely been a lot of small school guys coming to the league and tear it up too, in the right situations, but there's less of them than the guys that actually did it every day on Saturday against the top elite teams.
I will say I am a little bit of a Sky Moore guy, just because like with his speed and his ability to catch, his
Mhm.
route running, like I feel like that can translate into the National Football League. Now, is he gonna be a number one or a number two guy? No, but hey, you want to throw him as a slot guy or a backup to the slot guy? You
Mhm.
know, I think that'll fill his role really well. Kind of like that. When you go up to like how we were talking about the Rams, they have Odell Beckham, they got Cup, they got Robert
What-
Woods. Like,
mhm.
somebody to say maybe back up Robert Woods, say somebody to back up, maybe a Van Jefferson, stuff like
Mhm.
that, where he might not have to be the guy, but hey, if I need to get a big time play, I know I got the speed to do it. I know I got the sure hands to do it. Now it's just say, can you do it against these elite guys?
Yeah, no knock to anybody to make it. If you can make it to the college combine in general,
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
oh yeah,
like you making it there, you did some things good there. You know what I'm saying? Like you're good enough to be considered, in that conversation. But in terms of like my top guys, that
oh
definitely
well,
those
yeah,
are
top
my top
guys, yeah,
guys, like for sure. Like I said, I liked a little bit of all of them. You know what I'm saying? Like all throughout this combine, I've been finding a lot of good gems. That maybe you
yeah.
get late rounds you can pick up. That guy from South Alabama, I think his name's Tolbert, whatever.
Oh yep,
He's a small school guy, but what he does at those small schools, can you? It's like when you are playing the lesser talent, can you light them up every weekend, week out? And
yeah,
that's one thing he did. He would lit them up like a Christmas tree. Week in, week out. Where he's not going to get that first round recognition as if he were to go to a bigger school. Like if
yeah,
he went to Alabama, you'd be talking about Tober right now.
yeah,
First round pick for sure. But since he went to South Alabama, it's not a big school. It's like, okay, now I'm
right,
gonna take the level of competition into consideration. But the guy got skills, he got talent, and I think he's going to get drafted in the first 3 rounds for sure. Like you got to be a fool to pass him up in those first 3 rounds. So there's definitely some gems at that receiver spot that definitely going to make their noise. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have some guys in there making some noise. Ross from Clemson. You know what I'm saying? That's
oh yeah,
another guy that's big that I like too. Because he went to Clemson. That's a reputable school.
oh
You
yeah,
know, 6'4". I think he played some better football the year before, but even last year he played some damn good. I want to say I think he got hurt. Maybe it was last year. But he was definitely another big target that you can get out there. That I would look at over a guy like Watson that everybody's really hyped about because he's just ran that super fast 40 and he's like 6'4".
oh yeah,
Like Burks didn't run as fast as a 40, but football time is definitely different from 40 time.
oh yeah,
I think he probably is still the second big receiver out there from Arkansas. Arkansas is still in the SEC team. They still put it down against some of the best. So you got to give him his respect too. Then, like you said, you got Drake, Burke, and then Ross. And then you're looking at guys like Watson, Moore, and don't in terms of the big guys. Because for me, I'm just focused on the big guys tonight. That's what we need. We need big receivers. We don't need no more of these little small
see,
guys.
yeah, I'm a real big fan of George Pickens out of Georgia. What
Yeah,
he's able to do,
Pickens is
like,
a championship. He's on championship team.
oh
He
yeah,
was able to make some plays too over there. I did sleep on. I did sleep on Pickens right there. That is my bad. Pickens definitely another one of the big body receivers that you can go out there and grab.
yeah.
Sure.
See, I'm like, I know there's the whole video of Drake London at the combine saying, "Hey, I grew up as a Detroit fan. I would love to play with my teammate and Amon-Ra St. Brown."
Woo.
I mean,
That
hey,
was,
if
that was
that
like
could,
no one was really talking about Armand. And I
yeah,
said, I watched some Armand Ross Brand. I flew some ball out in the pros, and like it took him a while as a rookie. It took him a while to get
yeah,
adjusted. That's what it does. That's it's your rookie year. It's
well,
gonna take
yeah,
you a minute to get that. He's a smaller guy.
and
That's
it
supposed
doesn't help that you have uh Anthony Lynn calling play calls either.
facts.
When
Facts.
as
And
soon as that play call got out of his hands and went into Dan Campbell's hands, Amon Ra came out and was just like, okay, hey, look, I'm gonna show y'all now what I got.
yeah,
You
and
know,
then you got a guy like Golf throwing the ball. Like no slight to Golf. Like help me get better, my guy.
hey, $26 million if we trade him post June
Woo!
1st, $26 million it opens up post June 1st.
You think it happens?
I mean, well, see me, I feel like he's gonna make the team. He's gonna stay on the team. But hey, if he has a slow start come trade deadline, he might be a player that could definitely be on the trade block. Because I mean, if it's gonna open up $26 million, just think about what you can get. I mean, we seen who was that? Uh, Denver gave up a first. No, wait, hold on. Who was it that got a first? I think it was Carson Wentz. I think Carson Wentz that deal today. I think he got what, a first or a couple seconds and a couple thirds,
Yeah,
or
2 thirds, 2 seconds, two
okay,
seconds,
yeah,
2 thirds, and a fifth.
yeah. So I mean, even if you get that for golf, like you could trade two second round picks for a medium to late first.
Facts.
You know, because I mean, hey, if guys fall, guys rise. So if you could get your guy and he falls, and you just picked up an extra second, that's
Yeah.
a win. And a guy is really bright. A lot of teams don't want him, but hey, your team wants him. You trade up. You give them
Yeah.
them 2 seconds. You get that first, and then if you're the Detroit Lions, that would give us 3 first-round draft picks next year. Would be the Eagles, of next year. And then on top of that, we'll have, say, a couple extra thirds, a couple extra this, a couple extra that. So it's like you'd be able to really draft your team. And then
Mhm.
in free agency, you got some money to spend. Hey, if I need a wide receiver again, if I need, a couple defensive players, hey, if I need this, I need that. Or, hey, I need to keep some of these guys.
Yeah.
Things like that. Like we got money to give extensions. We got money to, get different players and things
Mhm.
like that. So, like if I could get Jared Goff at the trade deadline, a team that might be on the cusp or not on the cusp, and they're going into a rebuild mode, and they need a heir apparent guy or a bridge gap guy. Hey, Jared Goff, he's not that bad. You know,
Like I said, I think Jared is good enough if you put him on a team that is just a quarterback away.
yeah, yeah.
But in saying that, he was on a team that was just a quarterback away
Well, yeah. Well, see
because they wouldn't have
the
needed
L.A. Rams
the
though.
guy up.
Let's go back to the L.A. Rams Super Bowl, okay, where he went into the Super Bowl. He didn't have his run game. They
Yeah.
didn't have the same run game as they do now. They had
Fact.
Todd Gurley, and they didn't even use Todd Gurley. Yeah, he might have been banged up, but that's still the guy that got you there. That's still the guy that, that at least needed some touches. Like, he didn't even have a single snap in the Super Bowl. And if
Yeah,
he
that's
did,
crazy.
I don't remember him being out there.
Right.
So it's like he kind of got handicapped out of not getting that championship, too. So it's like, I want to see Jared Goff in a Super Bowl with a full team.
Yeah.
Can he get it done?
Yeah.
There's always going to be asterisks, though. But that's the NFL. It's sports and entertainment. Like, there's always going to be an asterisk somewhere, somehow.
Yeah.
Like, look at OBJ. Like, there's an asterisk by it, because if he didn't go down, was he going to get 200 yards? Was he going to be the MVP of the Super Bowl?
Right.
Was he going to do this? Was he going to do that? Or was that just a quarter or 2 quarters worth of production? Then he was going to kind of slow down. Like, we don't know, but I want to see that in a Super Bowl to see if he could get that 200 yards, see if he can get that MVP, and things like that. So it's like it's kind of a give and take. But if I could draft my guys, I'd rather draft my guys.
Facts.
Like, because you got them on cheaper contracts, they're more elite. You get more of the elite talent on cheaper deals where I don't really have to go into free agency and spend, $20 million on a star receiver. I don't have to
Facts.
go spend, $40 million on a quarterback. I could spend 10 to 15 million or 20 million and have a star in the making, a future Pro Bowl, future All Pro quarterback for half the price.
Yeah.
That's that winning mentality, because going back to what we said earlier in the show, you build your team, then you add your quarterback, and then you go out there and win. And one of the guys that I love on the Detroit Lions is nobody really talks about him, but it's John Dorsey. John Dorsey was there with the Green Bay Packers. He was with the Kansas City Chiefs, and he was with there at the Cleveland Browns. What did John Dorsey do? Green Bay Packers built the defense, built the offense, then added Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers, yeah.
Even though that they still had Brett Favre. And then you go to Kansas City. They built the team. They got a bridge guy in Alex Smith.
Yeah.
Yep. And then they built that team. Then they added Patrick Mahomes. Then he went to the Cleveland Browns, built that team, had a couple bridge guys over there. I mean, it's Cleveland. They didn't have no quarterback really. But
Right.
then they added, Baker Mayfield. And now that, Detroit, we got a bridge guy. We're going to build this team. We're going to finally add our quarterback, whether it's free agency or trades or draft. I want to draft. I want to draft my guy, but it's not going to be this year. I don't really see us, spending a draft pick for not that guy. I want that guy. I mean, Desmond Ridder, he's great, but is he that guy?
Strong.
Malik Willis. Is he, that guy? I mean, he should. Hey, Combine, his stock went up.
That
his stock
boy
went up.
Throwing that rock.
But I mean, is he that guy? Like, he played for Liberty. Like, I've never seen a Liberty game. I've seen highlights now because obviously he got my attention. But I haven't seen it. Like, I'm not gonna sit there and watch a Liberty game. Especially I don't know who's on there.
Right.
Like, if I know somebody, like
West Manchester or some stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
That's what I said, man. It's hard. Like, you even seeing him at the combine lighting up, it's still an asterisk about that. But like you say, he went to Liberty for one. Now you're lighting it up in shorts. You know what I'm saying? Lighting it up in shorts at the shorts limits.
I will say this. What has really made me say he shot up the draft list is not only did he light it up at the combine, but he actually had a good East-West Shrine game in the in the Senior Bowl. Like, he actually played pretty well. And I feel like, okay, that's against other elite talents like your Georgias, your Alabamas, your Clemsons, your USCs, your Michigans, your Oregons, things like that. So it's like, okay, I can trust you. Like, you can make some plays. So, but is he like going to be that guy? Like, now you're going to be not going up against other college players. You're going to be going up against, say, Von Millers, the Khalil Macks, the J.J. Watts, the T.J. Watts, the Hargraves of the Eagles. Like,
Nick
you're going to be
Bosa.
going up. Yeah,
Bosa
Nick
brothers.
Bosa's, Joey Bosa. Like, you're going to be going up against these elite talents of, you're going to be running for your life.
Yeah, facts. Especially after Ricky.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's always that rookie wall that you got to dummy down an offense. Even, Patrick Mahomes had a kind of a dummier offense until he kind of got, okay, this is what this offense is. Okay, now let's do this and do that and kind of adjust some things and things like that. And then I'm going to be put into an even better situation.
Yeah, facts. And that's what I said earlier. Like, you got to give him time. I don't ever look at a first year starting quarterback and think that that's the beginning or the end, of this guy. You got to give him that time. You got to let him play a couple of years, because like I said, even with the Hurts thing, if Hurts played the same exact way he did this last year, next year, now you might have me saying, okay, well, let's look at this guy for real. Is he that guy or not? But in terms of what I've seen, I've seen progression all year long. I seen, we made it to the playoffs when we weren't supposed to be there. I seen him, Toyota Player of the Year. I seen him, alternate Pro Bowler. You know what I'm saying? I seen plays that he should have made, and I
Yeah.
seen plays that he missed. You know what I'm saying? He definitely missed some, but it definitely a lot of plays that should have been made too, as well. That could have helped his whole outlook of how you see him. So give him his time. Like if he goes into this year and he progresses, say he doesn't become a Pro Bowler this year, but he actually progressed throughout the year, I would say give him another year. I'm old school. Give him 4 years. Give him the time that they got on that rookie contract to earn more money.
Absolutely.
Give him that many more games. Like Tom Brady said. I think one of his last little statements was like, I've seen every single defense there is. Because I've been in the league for that long. That's why I'm so good. Still, that's why I'm able to still play at a high level for this many years. Because when you've seen everything you can throw at him, there's nothing you can really do to change up and try to confuse the guy. Because you already know what to do it. You already got an answer for it. Oh, you do this to me? Okay, cool. That was cute. Boom. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh, you got me last drive. Watch this though. Boom. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Deacon and dunking, you know what I'm saying? So it's like one of them things where like the veterans obviously are good because they've been in the league for
Yeah.
so long to where they can be veterans, they can be superstars still at a high level, and depending on how long you can do that for, it's up to you. Some of them do it for a long time, some of them can't. You start seeing that game fall, you see a Ben Roethlisberger out there where no matter what, you still see that gunslinger mentality.
Yeah.
You can't keep that cocky side. Eventually you have to turn into the methodical quarterback. And if you can't get that, that's really the part that separates the longevity in quarterbacking.
Yeah.
It's like when will you hit that plateau where you become more methodical, you're able to make plays, understand reads. You can't always be a gunslinger. That gunslinger kept you as Pro Bowl level, for 4 or 5 years, what I'm saying, because you're not scared to do it. But eventually when father time creeps up on you, you gotta start learning how to freaking, be more methodical about it.
Oh
If
yeah.
you didn't learn in those early years, then it's too
Yeah.
late to change. Once you start doing things, everything, we're all like programmable. So once you're programmed that mindset of what I can do whatever I want, what I'm saying,
Yeah.
and even if you got away with it, I can do whatever I want. You're gonna keep that the rest of your career, and that
Yep.
will determine how long you stay in the league.
Yep. Absolutely. But we have been on for almost 2 hours now. So
Yes, sir. Great
Berg
first show.
ain't huh?
Great first show, man. I love it. I
Oh,
can't.
absolutely. Season 1, episode 1, man. It was definitely fire. I mean, we didn't get to a couple of topics, but we can always save it for another show
Yeah,
next Wednesday.
next
And
Wednesday, bang, rocking back again, man. I'm excited,
absolutely.
man. Like I said, even like after we talked about it when we were talking about the show yesterday, I'm like, man, we could just sit here and talk all night if we really want to. We can keep going. We can keep going, man. I love, I love how we can just keep flowing off each other and keep going. We can talk football
Yeah.
all night, and it's rare that you get a lot of those guys out there that can just sit here and talk. And like you said, 2 hours. I didn't even know we were on that long. Didn't feel
Yeah.
like it.
I know I didn't either. I looked up and I was like, oh, because usually I was going to be like, well, an hour and a half, okay. We'll probably try to wind it down. But man, we were still going at it and having some good conversations. So
And we brought up so many other topics. That's why I tell you
yeah,
about the whole like topic card list, and we got a plan. You like the plan is to talk about these things. We went way off that, but it was still good football talking. I enjoyed it. I can't wait to get the next episode now.
absolutely. But you got anything to say to the people?
Hey man, hey, thank you guys for sticking with us this long. What I'm saying? It was a great first show. Hope to see you guys next week. Like I said, Troxel said, hit that description, Bergame 31, BGN Sports Media, BGN Media, man. We bring you fire content. If you have not, if you want to mic subscribers who came over and watched this stream, make sure you hit up Troxel Sports and the Greater Grind Network, man. Those guys putting it down over there. So, hey, much love to you. Salute to you, my guy. Can't wait to keep this thing rolling.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And hey, we got a special thing coming for the draft.
Oh yeah.
And so stay tuned for that, everyone. And I appreciate y'all. It's been a minute. I feel like it's been too long since I've been on. So, man, I miss you guys. I love you guys. I appreciate y'all coming out. We hit 56 thumbs up. I appreciate that. But with that being said, I will see y'all next week for episode 2 of Uprights and Insights. With that being said, have a nice day, and we're out. Peace.
Peace.